The potatoes have been lifted as they're required until now, but the time has come to lift the remaining 4 acres to put into the store. A gangway of 4 rows is being lifted to make way for the harvester tractor so that no ridges need be run on. This time the 1140 is on the Turnill lifter as the 880 is still on the sprayer. Whilst these are being picked, Tony is topping the rest of the crop ready for harvesting with a Ransomes-Johnson flail topper on the 2040.
So we've got to start lifting with a harvester. And these marquees have got some huge row tops on, quite thick. So we're going to top them with this topper, which we've already done a bit. This machine was actually originally built by the Johnson brothers, who came from March. They used to build quite a bit of equipment at that time. But this one was actually, well, still built in their same factory, I suppose, but it was painted blue because Ransomes bought the company. When we first bought it and used it, it had all rubber flails in the bottom. Which wasn't very good. That didn't do a very good job. Plus, if you go forwards with it, that doesn't make a very good job either, because you're jamming all the tops down for the cutter get to it. So I use it backwards in reverse, which does your neck a lot of good. You sort of like this for about a week after you used it. And we've also put some steel flails in it as well on top of the forks, so we can cut them old tops better. And then we also drive it at about 600 PTO, 600 RPM on the PTO, because 540 ain't really quick enough for it. And then that does a tidy job.
A few days later, and potato harvesting is well underway with a Kiag solo single row offset harvester on the 3140. The harvester doesn't take much horsepower to run, and the 3140 is running at about 1000 RPM. It's a real 40 series gathering, with the 3140 joined by the 2040 and 1140 carting with the O.B. Wright and Harford trailers.
So yeah, they're yielding reasonably well this year. We've had a nice rain all the way through the season because we don't irrigate or nothing, so we have to rely on what come out of the sky. And so yeah, they're not yielding too bad. We're using a Ag Solo, built in 1988, and I bought it in sort of early 2000. So she's done a few years. She comes from the Biggleswade area, so that's a bit stronger land than we got. So she took a little bit of setting up when we first had her, but she's getting there now. We've had to alter the front end of it quite a bit because we got any problems with that when we first had it. So I've got to set a serrated disc out of the Whitsed in the front. But we ain't really done too much to it, not really altered any sort of drastic ways like the other machines we've had. So basically, yeah, it goes fairly well really. How it was originally designed. And Ag, of course, were eventually formed by the chaps who owned the Whitsed company. And they made some decent machines in the end, so they knew what they were doing. We're pulling it with a 3140. We used to pull it with a 2040 when I first had it, the dual wheels on. But when things get a bit wet, that was just a little bit too much for her really. We sort of scrapped a bit, so we decided to put 31 on. So she doesn't scrap, she just pulls it anywhere you like. So do the job.
Tony is slipping down to the bottom and only harvesting up, with the bunker full by the time he gets to the top, so the trailer can be left in one place. From the Diablo roller and shares, the potatoes progress up primary and secondary digger traces with agitators, trash extraction rollers and weighted fingers. A rear cross web brings the crop to a pintle belt separator. Reciprocating baffles direct the potatoes off the pintle onto a crop elevator, while stones and haulm carry onto a trash elevator. Green and misshapen potatoes and any remaining foreign material are removed by hand pickers. The crop elevator empties into the bunker, which holds 1.5 tons. The bunker has a full-width floor elevator. Rubber fall breakers cushion the potatoes' drop into the trailer. Back at the yard, the potatoes are tipped into a tong reception hopper and elevator. The tong feeds a rubber belt elevator, which in turn passes the potatoes to a Y-track rubber elevator, which is used to load the store. This is believed to be a one-off elevator and was made by Shelbourne Reynolds. The store is an insulated Nissen hut with a fan installed for ventilation. Bales are used to create partitions between the different varieties of potatoes. Back at the field, harvesting continues on into the evening as the light fades, with a couple more trailer loads to lift tonight.